am still in the same undisclosed spot. It's a very comfortable 60 degrees. Outside, it is 28 degrees. Somebody asked me from the last time, how long does it take my van to warm up? And it takes about 10 minutes usually to get it to a comfortable temperature in here. And sometimes if I need to do errands, I'll just go ahead and run those errands. And then by the time I come back and park, it'll be at a really good temperature and I don't have to worry about it. At night, no matter what else I do, I usually run it for 10 to 15 minutes to get it just almost uncomfortably hot in here. And as I'm doing that, I'm getting my bed ready and I'm putting on my clothes for sleeping, brushing my teeth. Then by the time I am ready to get under my covers, it is almost like a sauna in here, maybe like 78 degrees sometimes, maybe 80, depending on how cold it is outside. And then I'll just get under my covers, and I usually don't have to turn it back on until morning. And I don't have a fob, so I have to manually do it. And I mean, it's no big deal whether my head is this way or that way, or if I'm in this bed or that bed. I can just click on the keys and it's no problem. And then I am in a comfortable environment doing my coffee and breakfast. And there were a few questions about why I don't just go with a diesel heater. And I think I was going to talk about that and I cut that part out last time because I have nothing against diesel heaters. Honestly, if I had one, it would probably be fine. For what I'd have to do to get it installed and all of that, I just don't know that it would do much more than me turning on my van as much. I'd have to do more research. I really want to talk with people who have them more. I know for the big vans, it's almost a necessity because there's so much more square footage that you have to warm up. This is so little that really with some very mild modifications, you can stay quite comfortable. And again, if I were going to be in freezing cold temperatures all year round or for the bulk of my time, I probably would have insulated, but that wasn't my goal. My goal was to be heading south in the winter. It just didn't work out for me this winter. I've had a lot that I've had to deal with on this end, and so I'm just staying here. I've found a few places that are great for me, and that is what my plan was to see if I could find some locations around this area. So that is what I have been figuring out this winter. And that is why you've seen me in a lot more winter environments. This is not my go-to, although I have found that I enjoy the cold a lot more than I thought I would. So that is a whole other thing that I just have to evaluate in my head of why I'm always chasing the heat when I don't even really enjoy the heat that much anymore. I like being by water, so that's different. I do love the Southwest. I love New Mexico. I love Arizona, Sedona especially, just when it's not really hot. And so I've been evaluating that in my head, just what is my going forward going to look like and how am I going to manage it all? I've already had my coffee for this morning, so I think I'll have some tea and go for a walk. Something this year that I wanted to experiment with you, and I think my video next week will be about this. I do affirmations every morning, which are just positive thoughts and things that I want my mind to be filled with. So I thought that I would make one for you so that you could be filled with positive thoughts, good thoughts as you're going about your day. I think this canister is about done. My canisters of butane last me quite a while. I'd say about a month, 2 months even sometimes, because I am not a big gourmet chef or anything. I do one pot meals a lot, or one skillet meals. That includes my little pouches that I have that are pre-cooked rice and organic beans and things like that, and vegetables. That means that I only need to warm it up. So the most I'm ever using this is maybe 15 minutes or 20 minutes at a time. I'm not having it on for hours and hours on end trying to prepare some big meal. And then my tea and coffee, of course, and that also doesn't take usually very long. I think I put a lot of liquid in there this time. I think that's what's happening. Usually, to conserve on both the stove and my water, I will put just enough of what I want into the glass from what I'm drinking out of, so that it will just heat up that enough. I mean, you lose some in the steam and everything, but it makes it go faster than having a full pot. The only time I would do more is if I'm going to also use it for my hot water bottle, or another use that I know, like washing my face or bathing that way, where I wanted something heated. I think it's warm enough for tea. Oh yeah. And I'm getting ready to go on a walk outside. Even when it's cold out, I like to take a walk. If it's really cold, obviously you don't want to stay out too long, and I cover every bit of my skin if it's like below freezing. But even so, counterintuitively, it warms you up for the day, because I think it just gets your blood flowing. And so I do like to get out there. I like to take a brisk walk and get my blood pumping, and that's when I listen to the affirmations. I prefer not looking at my phone right away and not checking anything until I have set my mind to how I want this day to be. I find that my days are better because of it, not because anything in my world is different, but because so much is different in the way I perceive what is going on in my world. The conditions could be horrible, and there could be people who are mean to me, but if I am centered, if I am calibrated the way I want to be in my being, then I respond differently to those situations. And those conditions don't make or break me or make me feel happy or sad. I make me feel happy or sad because I have already set my intention to be happy that day. So even though those things still happen, I can't control that, but I can control what is my reaction to those things, or how I feel about those things, or what I put into my body. Just as much as I think about what I feed myself, I think about what I feed myself, my brain, my mind. So I like to put good things in there. It really can change your, I don't know what you want to call it, your energy level to a place of contentment and peace and joy. And the longer I've done it, the more I have felt that centering and that recalibration take place. Okay, and it's still, I don't know if you can see that, 59 degrees in here. Not bad. And when the sun is shining in and it's cold outside, I try to leave as much open as I can in terms of my windows, because I don't have windows in the back. But when the sun's shining on it, it's nice and warm. Well, it's not warm to the touch, but it feels like it's keeping it warmer in here. So even though I have reflectors on these windows, I'll keep that on until the sun gets low, and then I'll just go from there. But I try to keep as much natural light in here without opening the van. I always have this little passenger side cracked open a little bit when I'm in here. I was just on a walk, so I closed it. But that's how I set it up more or less during the day when I am in a place where I can be still. And now I am definitely warm. Layers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 layers on. So yeah, very hot. Let's see, I think I'm just gonna take it all off. Oh, let's see here. Oops, I was trying to take that off too. Get my pants on for a little while, because these are nice and warm to wear. Actually, it's about 11 o'clock and I'm kind of hungry. I'm gonna make myself some oatmeal. Oh yeah, oops, I have enough water here. I have these cute little bowls. They have ladybugs on them, so I couldn't resist. I think they're from Target. So cute. I know some of you get angry if things are in packets, but this is organic maple and brown sugar oatmeal, instant, easy peasy. This is paper, so I can use it to burn. I think that's another thing. I get comments of use of plastics or non-renewable things, and I really try my best to be cognizant of all of those things. A lot of it is just the ease of getting those or not. So when you're in a more stable environment or stationary environment, I think to think about those things is a little bit easier. But I also don't generate that much trash. I burn the ones that I can, leave things unpackaged, buy as much as I can that's not packaged, and then literally this is not my poop bucket. This is my waste bin. So this is just trash, and a lot of it is burnable. So I just keep it in plastic. So in case there is something in there that is icky, it doesn't get this thing all ruined. But if it has paper trash in it, if I have a campfire, I can burn it on the campfire. It takes me about a week. It may take me 2 weeks to fill up a garbage bin. I really don't make that much. I always try to be as aware, either what I'm eating or consuming in other ways. So I really don't know how to answer to that, except that, yes, we all can do better. And I do my best. And I do my best. And I'm going to get this working here. I tend to eat a lot of oatmeal and soups in the winter, I notice. Do you guys do that? Tell me if you do. Thank you for spending the morning with me. I enjoy every minute of being able to spend with you. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.